Now, I talk about branding all the time, but today we're going to focus on one part of your brand that may not be that obvious. Is your space that you work in or live in well branded? And what do I mean by that? When branding is done right and it truly represents the business and the business owner in every area of their lives, then it stands out. And as entrepreneurs, we want to stand out with our brand. So my clients are always well branded and they live their brand out loud in every area, whether it's at home, in the office, on camera, off camera. They really know how to speak their brand, wear their brand, but also live in a space that's branded for them and inspires them. Today, we're going to be talking to my client whose entire home is fully branded, fully represents her brand, and inspires, even in the nooks and cranny, and inspires her to be the rock star that she is in business.
Welcome to Waist Up Wardrobe. I'm Christine Vartanian, an attorney turned personal style expert and image consultant. As the founder of Jade House of Style, I am passionate about unveiling the inner confidence of my clients by developing their personal style and dressing them for success. But is getting dressed up still important in our virtual world? Well, that's where my experience can help with what I call Waist Up Wardrobe. Waist Up Wardrobe is a podcast for all things you need to conduct an outstanding Zoom meeting. It's about how to dress for the camera, but it's not just about the clothes. It's about everything you need to know to show up on brand and professionally for the camera. Join me in the Waist Up Wardrobe studio to discuss how to navigate this virtual world and dominate from behind the desk.
Good morning, Waist Up Wardrobe Nation. We are here for yet another episode of Waist Up Wardrobe. And before I get started, I have a lot to talk to you about. You know that this show would not be possible without my awesome producer, Rick Moscoso, who's always in the green room, making the whole show possible and making it go round. So please, thank you to Rick, and thank you to you who always are here listening to the show, whether you're watching it or listening to it. We know that you're present and that you are here with us, trying to really understand how to best brand yourself, how to show up professionally for the camera and off camera in every area of your life, which is super relevant to today's show, because today we're going to be talking about not only branding yourself and the image is a part of your brand, the way you show up is a part of your brand, but the way you show up in every area of your life is truly something that you have to pay attention to. And I just want to also remind everybody that we are on iTunes. You can listen to us while you're walking on the beach. We are on here live every Thursday at 11:30 on Facebook, and we are on so many other platforms where we stream on YouTube and other areas where we stream live from Facebook, and then you can also find us on YouTube and iTunes. So today, I have a really special guest. She's near and dear to me. She is one of my longest standing clients, somebody who really understands what branding is and why it's important. And just an amazing rock star of an entrepreneur and business owner. And I just want to brag about her a little bit. So Marissa DeRosa Campbell is the founder of SuperLuxuryLifestyle. She's the creator of Super Health, Super Wealth, and Super Life. She basically wants her clients to live their best life in every area of their lives, kind of congruent with what I do, branding in every area of your life, right? So she has been doing this amazing coaching for Super Health, teaching the isogenics system to help people transform their bodies and stay healthy and well for longevity. She is a former restaurant owner, which is kind of cool because that gives her a different and interesting perspective on the work that she does. She's a foodie at heart, and having been a former restaurant owner, and she's a native Californian, but now she lives in Florida. Marissa is proven powerhouse of transformation as a healthy lifestyle expert, nutritional cleansing coach, and luxury lifestyle advisor. She helps people across the globe to break the food and nutrition patterns that kind of blind them. And she does this through so many different facets and just really focusing on health and wellness and fitness and helping people achieve this sort of really high level lifestyle and empowering them to really live their best life, right? And you can't really live your best life unless you are well and you focus on your health. So really, really today is a day where we are going to dive deep into not only the work that she does and how she gets inspired, but we're going to get to tour her space because her space has a lot to do with her work with me and how she gets inspired to be the rock star that she is. Please help me welcome Marissa Campbell to the show. Yay, she is not here because I have to admit, I had told Marissa that we were going to be live and that I was going to have her tour the space that we've created. But yet, I failed to prep her. So she is very kindly and very graciously getting the space together so that we can actually do it. I am so sorry, Marissa, but you didn't even get to hear my intro of you, the fabulous intro. And sorry to put you under the gun like that, but it is my fault. And I am admitting it in front of the whole Waist Up Wardrobe Nation. But you know what? Let's consider this kind of a benefit of being live, right?
Hi.
All the behind the scenes work that happens. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good, good. Wait, we have some viewers here. We have Doug Campbell. Who's Doug Campbell?
Yay, Doug Campbell. He's my hubby. He is the other half to this incredible brand that you have created for us, Christine. Hi, Dougie.
Doug would not be able to handle what I just did to Marissa because he'd be like, I'm done with this. No, he's a sweetheart, but like, it's my fault. I put you under the gun for not prepping you properly. But Maribel Bleeker's here as well, saying hi to Marissa.
Hi, Maribel.
Marissa, I did read your bio, but what I want to do is I want to give people a little window into who you are as a person. Can we do that?
We can do that. That would be awesome, Christine. Thank you.
Awesome.
I love you.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Why?
Oh my God. Why? Like, is there any other? It's either cats or bunnies, Christine. And really cute poodles.
Yes. Poodles are different than dogs. But cats for you, right? You have 2 cats?
2 cats.
Tell us about
Feline mom of 2.
Uh-huh. Tell us about them. Tell us about them.
Oh my gosh. So we have first kitty cat. His name is Goatee. And fun fact, Doug and I used to live on Balboa Island, really close to where you're at, Christine. And Goatee is known as the celebrity cat of Balboa Island. People were very sad when we moved across the country and Goatee was gone. They didn't mourn us leaving, but they mourned Goatee leaving. So we've got Goatee. We call him Old Man Goatee. He's got a little white patch under his chin, AKA the name Goatee. And then recently we added a second gorgeous little feline to our family, and his name is Bahamas Jack, because he is coming to us literally from the Bahamas. He was born there and we adopted him. He was brought over by a shelter, and now here he is with us in Palm Beach.
Wonderful. Yeah, well, the cats are very important in our story here because we actually worked on the branding of the living room in certain areas to make sure we accommodate the habits of the felines, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, very, very important. And Maria is here. Hi, Maria.
Hey, Mom.
The moms always show up, right? I bet
moms
my mom
always show up too.
Moms always show up. Hi, Maria. It's nice to have you. Okay, East Coast or West Coast?
Oh, that's tough. Always, oh my God, always a West Coaster at heart. Born and raised in Southern California, it will never escape my heart. But I gotta tell you, Palm Beach is like right there. And so today's version of Marissa, all about the East Coast.
All right. I love that. I mean, at least you got to experience both, right? Not everybody gets to do that. So it's kind of cool. You went from a West Coast girl to an East Coast girl and you love them both. So that's wonderful. Yeah. So my last personal question is fast cars, yes or no?
Without a shadow of a doubt, 1,000 trillion%. The faster, the better. Yes, and yes.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about your history with fast cars.
Oh, this is awesome. This is really going to speak to my heart because this is where my husband Doug comes in. So he is an incredible human being to begin with, but has an affinity for race cars, in particular, a specific brand which is built by Superformance. Their headquarters is in Irvine, and we actually own two of them, thanks to Doug. The original part of our collection was Doug's original baby before I came into the picture. that was his baby number one. So that's a Daytona coupe, which is awesome. It was actually featured on a car celebrity TV show called Overhaulin', for those of you that are car people. So that car has been touched by Chip Foose and overhauled. It was season 10, episode 2. Thank you, Chip Foose and the whole crew there. And it's in our branded garage by Christine Vartarian, sitting up top on a lift. So that is part of our car collection number one. And then we actually have a second car, which Doug actually designed, and it was like a birth child of his, right? So it's a GT40. It's red, white, and blue. It was designed after the Le Mans winner of Doug, don't hate me if I have this wrong, 2016. Please tell me I'm right. And that is also sitting in our garage, and it is a showstopper. Both cars are showstoppers, but that one in particular is it's just so all American. It's got a lot of history there. And so that's our kind of connection. Doug is in that world. I have always lived and loved that world. I've been a car girl without knowing I was a car girl. And then when I became married and connected with Doug, it was like, oh my God, I'm like a total inner car girl. So we have a really fun lifestyle that's connected around the supercar world, and a lot of friends and family and connections. And it's a great community. Doug always says some of the best people in the world. Well, he says, actually, to quote him, car people are the best people. They would literally give you the shirt off their back. If you're stuck on the side of a road, if you're a true car person, you stop and you help your fellow car enthusiast. So they're just really, really great people. And it's been an absolute honor to like hang in that circle with Doug for the last decade. Well, let's just call it 10 to 12 years. It's been great.
Yeah. No, wonderful. And Doug chimed in saying that Chip is the car stylist.
Yes, Chip is the car stylist, along with Pete Brock. We got to give him some love too.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. You guys, you have another stylist in your life. It's a little different. The two of you guys work together, I think. Yeah. Awesome. No, it's wonderful. I really love hearing about your story because it's such a cool story. I mean, being involved with your brand got me really embroiled and sort of kind of invested in that fabric of the brand, because we did so much around it, and to make it visible and to make you live the whole brand, you and Doug to live the brand in every area of your life. And you as an entrepreneur, Marissa, know how important, and you understand how important it is to be well branded in your image, and how it affects your bottom line, right? The way you show up, and not only the way you show up in your attire, because when people think about, being styled or being, getting an image consultation or branding consultation, I think it's just about how you're stepping out into the world, but really it's about how you live in every area of your life. Can you tell us a little bit about your philosophy that you have about how being well branded can impact your bottom line?
Yeah. So the way that I believe everything is an inside outside job, right? So, and it's interesting because the approach on where like the window in which you come in to work on your brand, whether you start with the window that's on the inside or you start with the window that's on the outside. At some point, seasons in your life are going to cross over. And so you may start an internal journey and then end up working on the outside, which is like the appearance and all the things, or vice versa. You may start working on the outside and then go within. So it's like hand in hand. And that's really my whole thing, is like, it's an inside out job and outside in job, right? And when I first started working with you, Christine, I was focused on the inside portion, right? And then you came into my life and you were really able to help me pull that confidence out and bring it into the brand with the wardrobe, with creating energetic space in my closet and in my home to be able to then have that energetic space to bring in and attract in what I wanted in my business and what I wanted in my bank account. A lot of times people just don't know what they don't know, and they don't really understand the connection between how we show up in the world in terms of our attire is what we're going to bring in. Like, we have to be that version of ourselves before all the things that we want to materialize can actually manifest and come into our world. So beginning a journey of creating your brand, creating your wardrobe, creating your home environment is really important to the bottom line of your business. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and because the where you work from or where you hang out inspires you, right?
Yes.
And being inspired is really important for business owners, because you get inspired by ideas and up leveling and scaling and all the things. You need to have that space of inspiration, whether it's mental space or physical space. And I think so. I totally agree, because this is the line of work I'm in. But what I think is very interesting is, you talked about inside work and outside work, inside up leveling and outside up leveling, and they're both very synergistically connected, right? They're symbiotic. Just like every area in your life and branding should be connected and aligned, all that should be connected with what's going on inside too, right? So your work, when you're working with people to help them gain that confidence, make those body transformations, help them maybe improve their careers by creating another source of income through the work that you do and coaching them, that's a lot of the inside work. So so you can really appreciate how that goes in tandem and hand in hand with everything that we've done on the outside.
100%. Because like, if you take the example of my particular journey, I had begun that inside part. Yeah. But what you taught me, Christine, was that the external piece wasn't matching to the internal, right? Like, my closet was jammed. It was jammed with stuff. Remember, in Baba, it was just like, so my office was overwhelming. It wasn't clear. So like, what we're going to see today and what you've helped, like that shift, right? That journey, everything here is it's a relaxed luxury vibe, because that's the woman that I am with my brand. But I had to go through the journey with you and kind of get through that. Yep. Before it materialized in what we have today, right? So it's a process. Yeah. And you helped me do that. Yeah. From the West Coast to the East Coast. And I'm forever grateful for that, because there's a lot of emotions that get caught up in who we are and where we're going and what we're creating with our businesses. And it's important to have your brand align. And that's where you come in. I'm like, that's where you come in.
Well, you know what you're saying about that, the emotions, right? I know we've been through a long journey, because you've been a long-standing client of mine. And I remember those points of emotion coming in. And the coolest thing and the most critical thing about my work with somebody else is something I completely and utterly have with you. And that's the trusting of the process. That you trust that, I've got you, and that you trust that I'm leading you in the right direction, and that you feel that you are in safe hands, because what we do is an investment, but it's investment in yourself, right? And it's an investment in growing and being investing in the future of your work. So so I am grateful for having a client like you that can really surrender to the process, which is so important. It makes the process so much easier, but it's so important. And not only that, you came to me with a great mindset. You know, a lot of times my clients will come to me with the mindset of like, is this really important? I know people keep telling me it's important, but is it really important? They're not there in terms of knowing that this is so critical to the way people receive them, to the way they're showing up, to the way that they're going to make money. Because you know what? That's the end of the day. Business owners want to know that whatever they're investing in is going to impact their bottom line. What are your thoughts on that?
100%. Well, listen, your business and your success is only as healthy as you are. Mm-hmm. And that means the health of your mindset, the health of your environment, the health of your wardrobe, the health of your physical body, mental, like all the pieces, right? So we have to work on all of them. And you're absolutely right. It's a mindset and it's a belief. So I had to get to work on untethering some of the programs in my mind that were holding me back from the ultimate success that I wanted to create, right? And that is a journey in and of itself. But once you can surrender to that process and learn how to truly trust yourself, it's all about self-trust and trusting yourself enough to know that you've surrounded yourself with a boardroom of people that have you. And Christine is one of those people. Christine has the boardroom seat for the brand, for helping your energetic environment, for helping, your wardrobe and how you show up, right? I wouldn't let anybody else take your seat, Christine, at my boardroom table. There is no way. Thank you are, not only are you trustworthy, but when you say you have somebody, you've had me, you've had my husband, Doug, you've had our feline cats, their hearts, you've had our son, Douglas, you've had my mom, my dad, my friends, right? Like, you truly care, and you've had my business too. Like, you truly care about the totality of who we are, what we represent, what we do, what we bring to the world. And it's awesome. It's just awesome. Well, I wouldn't trade the journey for anything. And I'm grateful that you gave me all the space to have the emotions come up when they needed to come up.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about the closet, because you mentioned that earlier, like, the former closet, right? That the impacted former closet, the one that feels like you do really have a lot of things, but you're not like, you can't put things together, and the energy that causes, in my opinion, it causes stuck energy. And I'd love to hear your take on it. What do you think? What are your thoughts on before and after with your closet?
Yeah, 100%. So I am a big like energy geek. Okay. I geek out on the science behind how the energy works in all of us. I geek out on just all of it. So yes, there is, without a shadow of a doubt, there is an energy to all living things. And all material things, right? Including ourselves. We're the container for a massive energy that's divine. That's what I believe. So when you walk into a closet, and you may be completely not aware of this, because I wasn't, and you have any type of congestion without any spaciousness that you've created, and just this stock compacted wardrobe, it showcases to the universe that there is overwhelm, lack, like a lack mentality. Like, a lot of people get stuck in, I don't want to get rid of XYZ clothing, even if you haven't worn it in 10 years, because you're like, well, maybe that one day that I'm going to, right? All of that sends a message out to the universe that, like, you're holding on so tight because you don't believe anything more is going to come. And so it's really in the creation of the spaciousness in the closet and the energy in which like every item that you touch in your closet or in your home for that matter should have an energy that is like, oh my God, I love this piece. I love the way it makes me feel. Like you taught me, Christine, if like when we were making the move, you taught me like anything that doesn't feel good to you, like any piece of clothing, if it gives you a memory of something that was like not the best experience, or it takes you back to a time that you don't like, or you haven't touched it in however many years, get rid of it. Get rid of it. So we adopted that. We adopted what you taught us before we moved into this house. And all of us, Doug, myself, and Douglas, it was like, if it didn't make us feel good, it wasn't coming in the house. And that included all of the furniture from the old place, because it was like a mismatch of like Doug's former marriage and my former marriage. It was just like a hodgepodge of stuff. So we started fresh, and it was like, you know, everything has to feel good. And the same thing with the energy in the closet. There's a lot of space now. I can go in and I can see clearly. I can pull things out. I have all the essentials. It's not overwhelming. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It makes me happy every time I go in there. And that energy translates into my day. Instead of me walking into my closet and opening the door and going, oh God, like or I don't know what to wear, and you're putting on like 20 different outfits. Like that's real for like, that was real for me, and it's real for like a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't live that way anymore. I don't live that way anymore because of you. And it's so important to create that energy in which you want to live, because from that space is how you're going to attract everything that you want in your life.
Absolutely. And you know what, everything you described was exactly the way it should happen. It's like every piece of something that you bring into your home should be intentional. It should be meaningful, right? You should never clutter up things that don't mean anything. It doesn't help to have 100 plastic bags lying around for the time you need a bag. All you need is like maybe 2, and you can put them in rotation. But that is the thing, is like things should be intentional, and should be definitely, when they're intentional, they become well branded, because they're very you, they're your style, they're your brand, right? So I love that. You talked about the experience of when you moved into the new space, of not letting in anything in the door. This is also very metaphorical, right? Don't let anything in that door that doesn't align with your positive energy, right? It's kind of like what we should do with our thoughts too, right? With our mind.
Yes.
In the negative. Don't let in the negative. If the negative comes knocking on the door, replace it with a positive. So that is, it's like, it goes back to the energetic feeling, right? And then of really being intentional what you bring in.
It's holistic wellness. That's ultimately what you and I are both doing. You have a piece of it that you are bringing to the world, and I have a piece as well. And it's this wholeness, this holistic approach to the energy, the thoughts, the environment, the health.
Yeah. When we first started working together, Marissa, and I'm trying to remember the year, was it like 2017 or something, I want to say? And Maribel Bleeker is saying, oh my God, 100 plastic bags. So true, right? and Maria is saying purging releases past negativity and opens doors for the new and the fresh, and brings clarity. And that's so true. That is why when I'm in somebody's closet, decluttering is like the first step. Get rid of that stuck clutter, that stuck energy, because then you can see clearly. You can see clearly, what you have, but you can also see clearly in your mind, because clutter clutters us mind-wise, right? You can't think. Doug also said that he had fought the closet so hard, and now it is one of his favorite spaces.
Yes. Can you believe that? Okay. So I got to tell you, Doug, huge in the car world. We had one of his dear friends who is a massive car influencer, who actually stayed here in the home in Doug's man cave, because that's the car room, this last week. Right. And then he had some other car celebrities that came by a couple weekends ago, and they had dinner with us. Right. And so we're touring them around the house, and these car celebrities are like, they're like their favorite part of the house. No joke. is the closet. Is the closet, guys. Okay, not the cars in the garage that were on all the car shows and all the things, not the incredible flooring that Doug's put in there, or the the lift and all the car paraphernalia, whatever it's called, all the car stuff. It was the closet.
It was the
So
closet.
that tells you guys something, because there's an energy in there.
Yeah. Well, and it's well branded and it feels good and everything seems like they walk in there, probably they go, wow, this feels really luxury, because you're super luxury lifestyle. And it also feels like it matches the people in the house. And it's just a fun place to have, curating all the things that you put on, I like to call it armor for the day, right? All the armor you put on in a day, whether you're stepping into work or stepping into pleasure, entertainment or whatnot. It is definitely, it's the first place you step in the morning when you're getting ready, right? Marissa, we worked on different phases of your brand, right? We started out with the wardrobe. We did you were so wonderful. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Blooper. You were so wonderful to trust me with the continued journey. And then we started working on the photo shoot, right? You got featured in Orange Coast Magazine with the cars and your elevated brand. And then from there, we built the logo and the assets of the business. And here we are today, to the point where we've taken the brand and really touched everything in the new home with the brand identity. Can you give me a sense of how that journey felt? And if you had a favorite part?
Oh, God. Well, it's been such a great journey. I mean, it goes back to 2017 when you and I first met. So it's been years. I mean, it's like five, 6 years. It's hard for me to extract my favorite part of all of it, because it's all been so meaningful. I would say probably the thing that comes to mind right now is where we sit now in this part of the journey, because I am a forever student in my own mindset and all the things we've been talking about today. And I'm really focused right now on present moment living. And when I wake up every day and my toes hit the beautiful rug that you curated for our master bedroom floor, like, honestly, Christine, I touch everything in the house and I'm like, I'm so grateful for my desk. My mentor taught me this, but like, I really get it. Like, I'm so grateful for my desk. I'm so grateful for this gorgeous closet. I'm so grateful for this bed. Like, I love the journey and where it's taken me today. I literally love my life. I love my life. I love what we've created. I love what we're still creating in this brand. It's all been great. But I mean, the photo shoot, it's because you hold your clients through the process. I mean, the first time that you styled me back in Newport Beach, you're on the ground. At this moment, it never escapes me. You're on the ground on your knees, okay, in my master tiny little bedroom, and you're you're slipping my shoe on my foot. Okay, like, who does that for their clients? Like, you literally zipped me out. Like, I felt like I was in some Rodeo Drive boutique, but I was in my own home.
Yeah.
And that house was very, it was just a very simple little beach bungalow. I mean, there wasn't a lot of bells and whistles to it, but you still made me feel like I was the most important person in the world.
Oh, well, that is
it's been amazing with you.
That makes me feel so rewarded. Just saying that. It's so kind of you to say that. But I often think of myself, okay, I'm like the fairy godmother. I get to tie the bows and zip up the zippers and get on my knees and put the shoes on, because actually it's very rewarding to make another woman feel as beautiful as she is. I feel like sometimes women are taken for granted, and it's my mission to serve women and treat them with the white gloves that they really treat everybody else with, So I love that you remember that. I do.
And the other cool part about where we're at now is I I mean, I haven't seen you but a handful of times since we've moved, but we haven't, everything you've provided for us here across the country has been virtual. So it's like, we're not skipping a beat, even though we're not there. We can't physically get to, like, everything is curated. It's like, it's just as easy to work with you virtually as it is to be down the street from you in Newport Beach. So I love that about the journey too.
Yeah, I think people get surprised that this kind of work can be done virtually. And it actually has some perks to it because you don't have to spend as like we spend more smaller spurts of time, but more frequently together. Like we see each other almost every week. We're always collaborating, and there's a challenges of not being in person, but it's not easy to overcome. And the benefits far outweigh the burden of me not being able to come and put the wallpaper up myself because I know that's Doug's favorite thing to do.
That's favorite thing to do.
A lot of wallpaper.
Yeah. Wallpaper and hanging shelves and pictures and
chandeliers and mirrors and artwork. Yeah, no, it's been quite a journey. So I want to ask you, because you are one of my clients, has done the whole branding process. You've been through the whole process from A to Z, from image styling to asset like logo design to brand color creation and development to designing your studio that you're sitting in now, your background, to designing your home with me. I'm just curious, do you have an opinion? See, people sometimes they'll just want to, focus on the stage behind them, which is fine. But then they forget that the way they dress matters, leaving out a piece of this. And, things don't have to happen at once. I mean, look at us. We started working together in 2017. So it is an investment, right? But you don't have to do it all at once. But how would it have felt if you didn't do one module of this or one part of it?
I would have felt incomplete.
Yeah.
I would have felt incomplete. Again, it goes back to having a belief that you deserve it.
Yeah.
That you deserve it, having a belief that every investment you make in yourself is going to show up in all aspects of your life, health, well-being, all of it, right? So it's really understanding that and then leaning into it, even if it feels scary, and knowing that, you've got your client. For me, the window in was, the wardrobe and the photo shoot, which then led to all the other things, right? And it's like, it has been a journey, and I feel complete. I feel like we've touched it all, right? And then it's like you get comfortable with the process and you can lean into your next up level and your next, because like our whole purpose to be here is to grow, heal, and expand. So it's like we got to keep going. So now we've got this, and it's like, okay, the brand is now here, and then it's going to go here, and you keep growing.
Yeah.
So I love every part of it. I think every part is important for any entrepreneur.
Yeah. You said something to me the other day, and I want to ask a question around that. Branding the home that you live in is not something business owners think to do because they don't feel like it matters. But you shared with me something the other day. You said you were sitting down, I don't know if it was in the backyard in front of the pool, and how inspired you were to kind of to ideate around the business. Can you share how and if the house impacts the way you think and the way you build and the way you really grow the business?
Yeah, 100%. So why do people take vacations? They take vacations because they have to escape their normal reality, right? And it's often in those vacations that they can hit the reset button and find the inspiration. And then they come back and they're what? Rejuvenated and probably fresh with ideas because they've allowed themselves to get into an environment where they can actually expand their mind, and they can relax, and they can just chill, right? So imagine if you create that for yourself day in and day out in the environment or in the home that you have, right? Now you're leaning into that expansiveness on a daily basis. And that's going to be showing up in how you approach your clients, your emails, your text messages, your phone calls, your next copy that you're writing for the next sales thing that you're doing, right? Like you literally are living and breathing in a space of expansiveness and creation. So I go outside, by the pool. Really, it's any area. I'm inspired in any, because of the way that you have helped me create this. Like, I could be sitting to my left in the beautiful sofa in my office in the morning and like in such a creative, expansive mode. I could be out in the back patio, looking at our gorgeous pool. I could be sitting at the kitchen being inspired, like for the stuff I'm going to talk about, with food, because every piece of the home is an extension of us.
Yeah.
So there's so much inspiration and love and like good feeling.
Yeah.
Where I go, like, I don't need a like I told you, we're going to the Bahamas. So I will always take a vacation. But I told them, we're going on vacation because we're going to have a different experience, but I'm not going to escape anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like find inspiration. I'm going to just be, you know what I mean? Because I want to experience a new place, but like, it's not to feel energetically different because I got it here.
I love that you say that. You're not going to escape because you love where you're at. That's the idea. I mean, imagine your home being the only place you want to really hang out and vacation, right? And especially if you work from home, that feels so good because then you have everything you need right there. Of course, it's nice to get out. But what my point is, there's no clutter in the closet that bogs you down. There's no papers piled up. I mean, sometimes I'm sure that happens, but there's no papers piled up with no home for them. There's no place where there's no home for the plates or the jars or the whatnots, right? So you're really living intentionally. And there's something very, very comforting and calming about that. So the consequence of taking this action, right, of deciding that you want up level, right, in whether it's your image or your home, align the whole brand. What do you think is the best impact or the biggest consequence of this action? Thinking about how it was before, not that it was up leveling. I mean, we get to a certain point and then it's time for us to go to the next level, right? So like before and after transformation, because you are very well versed in transformations. You work with people transforming their bodies and their health and wellness. So you understand the feeling that happens after transformation. So tell me, in your mind, before and after, what was the consequence of taking this leap with me?
Yeah. The after is the best way I can describe it is that I live in a state primarily today of high vibing emotions. So it really helped me master an emotional state that was aligned to my brand and the woman that I was becoming. So I get to live in an emotional state now of joy, happiness, relaxation, bliss, love, right? The prior version of me and the before, those emotions were often in a place of overwhelm, fear, lack mentality, scarcity, non-mental clarity, right? Which would then cause frustration and just the lower level emotions, right? So it's a shift from this lower level energy and vibe to a higher level of emotions. And you get to up level that emotional state. And because it is a feeling, it is a feeling. It is truly a feeling.
Yeah. And so it's really
control it.
Say that one more time.
We get the choice to control it. We just have to trust the process.
Yeah. It's deciding and doing it and
doing it.
Right. And find the right fit and guide you through it. Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that just the way you said that is so impactful. And we want to give the viewers a little tour of some of the spots, right? Yeah. You can give them a whole house tour, because guess what? Christine was unprepared and I didn't prepare with the right equipment, didn't prepare Marissa with the right equipment to give us a full tour, but we're going to get to see some of the tools in the home in a minute. I just wanted to ask one thing that I think people would be able to like relate to. Like I remember the people I've been to people's houses, right? And they'd have like massive heaps of paperwork just everywhere, or things are just, nothing has a home, right? And you could tell that there's a stress energy. You could tell there's this cluttered mind, this fragmented energy. You really can. And I want to know, like, when you step into, let's say, your office, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel so great and so spacious, because we have like, you've taught me how to live non-cluttered. So there's a space for everything, right? Like when I show everyone what we did in the office, like any paperwork, like it goes away at the end of the day into the beautiful credenza, right?
Yeah.
It has a home.
Yeah.
So everything's clear and like organized, and I walk in and it's just got a great energy about it. And I actually clear the energy every night before I go to bed. I'll do a little shout out to Farrell Moore. She taught me how to clear the energy in the space, but it's amazing. And we have one closet in the house that goes, like, that closet behind doors is where anything that is like kind of, like a box or something that doesn't have a home, it goes. So we have one space in the house, and that's where it all gets tucked away.
That was something that was so key, right?
That was so huge for me, because like when we were doing the office here, it wasn't, we were waiting for some of the pieces of furniture to arrive. So I had boxes like in the space. And this is a great example, because you're like, take the boxes out, put them in that one closet so you can't see them and they're not going to clutter your mind. And just that one step of like anything that doesn't have a home yet, or anything that's going to create, because what we see is our reality. So if everything's cluttered up in front of us and we have a stack of papers on our desk, our work is going to be cluttered, right? Like we have to create the space in the home and have somebody guide us through it. I didn't know these things. Well, you taught me these things.
The thing with that little tip is that, when we're trying to get things organized or just newly designed, or we move into a new place, having clutter, like the boxes everywhere, and in every room there's like 3 boxes or stuff all over the floor, is so much more stressful than taking all the things and moving into one room, just one space, whether it's a closet, whether it's even a room, if you have so much, and making that the clutter room for a little while.
Yes.
That way you clear everything else. I mean, there's so much. I mean, that little tip has helped so many of my clients and myself as well. So I love that you actually took my advice, because I think it helped, right?
It helped. And I'll give another example, and then we'll take the tour if you want to do that. But like, even right now, as we were doing this and you're like, oh, we're going to show people the house. I'm like, what? I had a few things everywhere, but it took me 2, 3, let's call it 5 minutes on the outside to put everything away, because everything has a home.
Yeah.
It was like, so it also helps with efficiency. And when you're efficient in one area of your life, you're going to be more efficient in your business. I mean, it all goes hand in hand. I can go on and on and on. Yeah.
It's a domino effect and a cycle. And the thing is, this is the beautiful thing about this, my style up method, right? It's that, yes, of course, we're decluttering. We're clearing all the space so that everything has a home and everything feels like it is meaningful. But we're also doing it, always paying attention to aesthetics, always paying attention to, does it look pleasing to the eye, and does it, and that not just aesthetics, and does it align with the brand? Right? Does it align with the brand? So not only are we clearing to organize, it's more than that. It's clearing to organize, plus making sure it looks nice,
great,
and presentable, right? And professional and beautiful. And the next step is branding it. So tell me about a few things that we put in there that are kind of brand specific for you, or personally specific to you, that we've done.
Yeah. So my space or Doug's space?
Any space, anything.
Any space?
Yeah.
Well, it's all so great. So, well, I love his office because that room is pretty much complete now, and it is so specific for him, right? So we have a gallery wall, and it is like all these beautiful pieces of car related art that has a story for Doug, right? Like really lays out just a beautiful history in the whole racing world, in the car automotive world, and it means something to him, right? So when you walk in, it's like this gorgeous gallery of things, and then he's got all these like car models that you have on these acrylic stands, and then he has this really awesome car that was signed by all these car celebrities at an event that we did that's hanging over his window, you know, so and license plates that he's had over time. I mean, just really meaningful, specific things to him that are also on brand for who he's about. In my office, it's all the luxury, relaxed luxury, sort of blingy, but not too over blingy, right? Just very appropriate, like Marissa vibe. It's our brand colors, which are like white and the nice blues and the pops of gold and a little bit of silvers, right? But just this like overarching, like beautiful, pure white energy, right? That's like what I love. And it's just great. Like the 2 bookcases that we have in my office are actually going to turn into gorgeous display cases for the products, the health products that I represent through the company that I'm aligned with. And so it's just going to be, you know, beautiful. They're going to be like statues with little representations of different elements of health that I help people with, but that also tie in with the fact that Doug and I love the number 8, right? So you're going to see in our home a lot of hidden infinities, hidden number 8s. They're like in artwork, they're in accessories, right? And then you're also bringing in the former restaurant side of me with like this whole vibe around the kitchen, right? So I mean, there's just, and then the cat stuff. I mean, it's just so customized to who we are, but also the brand of Super Luxury Lifestyle.
I just want everything that you experience through your senses, and this is my philosophy in the style up method, is that I want everything that your senses enjoy to be pleasing and delightful, right? Whatever you see, whatever you touch. Even sometimes the sound of things and the smell of things. There's some places where people want to have a certain aroma that brands their space, right? So everything that your senses touch or feel or hear or smell, they should be delightful. They should make you happy. They should bring a great joy to you and great feeling, right? So I this has been such a great conversation that we've got to talk about this work. Because it is really special for me to do it for other people. Every piece that I curate for you after designing it, every piece I curate for you, I think about, is this really Marissa and Doug? Is this really something that they would enjoy? Does it align with, I mean, every piece. Sometimes there are pieces that you look at it by itself and you go, well, I don't know if that's really me. But then looking at it in the big picture also is very important. So there's this whole process, this sort of slow drip, and that's kind of my method. I know that's hard sometimes because we want to get it all done at once, but there's a slow drip method to style up method madness, because it is so important to be thoughtful in what is going in to the big picture. Because we're making investments, I want it to be a good one. And also, sometimes we change our mind. Sometimes we're going to go with blue wallpaper in here, and then we design the whole thing. And then we're like, you know what? The blue wallpaper is not the right thing. So you have to be very thoughtful and strategic about what goes in first and how you think about the process and the space. So
yeah, that's been one of my favorite parts in working with you. Now I can say that. So I'm a recovering control freak, just for those of you that I want to control everything, and I'm very impatient too. And I think one of the things that you have really assisted me with, and some of the other people in my life too, it's so interesting how what you need always shows up for you. But really, this whole thing of like slowing down to speed up. You just need to slow down to speed up. And when it comes to designing your wardrobe, designing your interior space, the photo shoots, the brand, whatever it is, Christine, that you're walking your client through, I want to share to your listeners, trust Christine's timing and process with it. Because here's the thing, I've never once had to redo anything in my home. Anything. We have taken a slow, steady, beautiful approach to it, and everything is purposeful, meaningful. Whenever Christine styles me for an event, whether I'm on stage with Isogenics or speaking in front of a group of entrepreneurs or car people, whatever it is, I was showing up on Zoom, I never have to second guess the wardrobe that I put on because we've taken our time curating it and making sure it's the right fit for the event.
Yeah.
So trusting you in that process is phenomenal, and learning how to slow down and live in the present of the journey has been my journey. And so thank you for letting me, teaching me how to kind of keep it at a good pace. And
yeah. I mean, I think it's hard because we are, sometimes when you don't see the full picture come together yet, you're like, I don't know why we can't do this too, or why is this going feel like it's going slower than it should? But it really is it's very strategic, because it's a big project. You want to make sure that you're kind of all the pieces of the puzzles at the end of the day fit together. So thank you for being patient with that, because I know how it is. I mean, I've been on the other end where I've worked with somebody. I'm like, aren't you going fast enough? And it's not. So I get it. I get what, because I would be the same way. But when you trust somebody, right, that's the key. Because when I gain the trust of the client, really, that's where the magic happens,
Yeah.
And so trust is really everything. It's just gaining that trust and letting them really believe that you've got them. That's really important. So I want to show off some of the spots. Are you ready to do that?
Yeah.
And then first, I want to start with where you're at. So
Sure.
a lot of the work that I do is set design. So you're sitting on your new set where you show up on camera to people. And can you describe the background a little bit and tell the audience like how you feel about it, or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. I'm gonna go here too. So I don't know if that's gonna help you see this. I'm bringing out my phone here, but there we go.
So we can't hear you because, of course, we've got you muted.
Let me mute the other one.
Don't we love those things? Still can't hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right, guys. So can you see that? Let me walk back over.
Just walking forward and seeing that is so pretty. Yeah.
Isn't that pretty? So there's the desk and the gorgeous bookshelves. I don't know if you could see them. Sofa.
Tell us about Doug's favorite feature in that room. Why the backdrop itself.
What?
The wallpaper.
Oh, the wallpaper.
It's his favorite thing, right?
It is one of his
favorite that up.
It was one of his favorite things. This was the first thing that we actually selected for the entire home, because we decided that this office was going to be like the jewel. Is that what you call it? The jewel, Christine, of the home.
Yes.
And there's the fun chandelier. I don't know if you could see it, but it's like a starburst.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. So the wallpaper was the first thing. And, without seeing it up on the wall and in the whole design, Doug was like, Doug's kind of been that way through the whole process. He was like, you're going to do what? And that's kind of psychedelic looking. And then the wallpaper in his office. And then when we told him we were going to wallpaper the closet, that about put him over the edge. The ceiling in the closet. The ceiling. It wasn't just wallpaper on the wall. It was like wallpaper on the ceiling. He was like, you guys are killing me right now.
He's on here and he's voicing his opinion right now. He's saying the struggle to give up control is real. Sorry, Doug. No, you got your cuddlers, because we have to talk about the cuddlers, right?
That was cuddlers. We'll go out there.
That was the stipulation.
Yeah. So I will give you kind of this view of the office, but there's also, there's that wall. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then the gorgeous credenza. Let me try to get out of the way here. Can you see The credenza.
A little hard. I've made it a little hard for you, but there's that gold, the chest under the TV,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh, and your floors are gorgeous. I mean, that was your guys' pick because of the white with the brand and the glossiness of it, right? That modern, elevated, and then we put the rug on there.
The rug is also my favorite. Again, until you see it with all the pieces, sometimes you go,
yeah,
but it's beautiful. I love my white chair too.
Yeah. Doug is giving us a hard time about the one cuddler, but we're not finished yet.
We're not done yet. We have
we're not done yet.
Where would you like me to go next, Christine?
So take us down the hallway as you step out of the office, and let's kind of take a look at the living room from that perspective and kind of walk towards maybe your oh, there it is. That is the walkway. Can we go into the living room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah. Are you going to have to walk backwards? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm walking backwards. Doug is,
I know, because
Doug is texting me on my phone right now. Use the forward camera. Doug, I would if I could, but it doesn't work on this app, which is why I'm going this way. Just so you know, bud. Just so you know.
But yeah, there's the sitting area, the shelving that Doug found with the modern sort of shelving, and that's where Goatee gets to go up and play and kind of jump from one platform to another. We really thought about that. And then I love the rug in that room.
Let's show them the rug. Can we see that?
Yeah, there you go. And there's a cuddler that Doug had to have. He wanted more than one. We can only fit one because that's a massive chair, but we are not finished yet. So there's the beautiful, it's like it has a serene feel because of the colors. Everything's so quiet, and that is the beauty of the way I think the color scheme has come together.
Let me give them this visual so you can see.
And then there's the kitchen. Oh, the cuddler. There's a cuddler. Yeah. So, and the rug, we laid the rug down first, right? And then we selected, or we had all the furniture. We selected all the furniture, and then we found the right rug and the coffee table, and then we styled the coffee table. Is the figure 8 sculpture there?
Figure 8 is there. Let me.
Yeah. So that's a kind of a splash of that kind of signature thing that is all you, right? The figure 8 and how important it is to you. So we kind of yeah, there it is. So I'd love, if it's okay, can we see the wallpaper in your bedroom, or is the bedroom okay?
Yeah, no, the bedroom's good. Doug made the bed this morning.
See, this is the fun thing. The fun thing is, like, when you have a house where everything has a home, you are inspired to keep it up, right? You want to keep everything looking great. There's the wallpaper. I love that wallpaper. That's a wallpaper in your room, and of course, everything in the room is serene. It's like white, cream, silver. We have a splash of blue, but yeah, that is
Goatee is on the bed. That's a spot of black there.
Yeah, and even with the window treatments, I mean, you had somebody local over there do your window treatments, and with that collaboration together with her was amazing. And remind me her name again.
Her name is Yana.
Yeah, Yana, and her company.
Her company is Design Couture.
Yeah, she was amazing, and we collaborated virtually, and we picked fabrics together, and it really was seamless because she knew exactly what she was doing, and we totally got each other's vibe. And you always surround yourself with really great experts. So yeah, there it is. We're still doing finishing touches. We have something coming up on top of the headboard over there. It's but we're like 90% there, I would say. And then the
good.
Yeah,
it's looking good. We're going to the Bahamas, Christine, so we're going to get some good shots for above the bed and in the dining room, I think.
That would be awesome. So perfect. If we can get some good shots that we'd want to blow up, that would be awesome. Yep. I want people to see Doug's room, because so Doug's room is a little bit different than the rest of the house because it's his room. It's the man cave, and it has all the things that are really special to him that he loves, but also like are near and dear to his heart, right? And here you are backing up, and I hope you don't trip because then I'll feel terrible.
The good thing about spaciousness that you've created is there's nothing in my way.
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly.
Here
Uh,
we go.
the we could see the lanterns on the top, and we are looking to possibly put some sconces on the wall leading up so that that hallway can have some features in it that lines it up, right?
Yeah.
And then let's go to Doug's room. That has been one of the most exciting rooms I've worked on because it just is such a personal space, and it's like a gallery wall with all the really near and dear things. So there's the room. Like overall, if you look at it from if you're in the corner, you could see this artwork, the posters, the signed memorabilia of cars, the combined with the leather sofa. So like really masculine and really very Much Doug. And then the jersey. So that wall was designed to be sort of kind of, because it's so colorful, it is wild, but it's in this vignette that all makes sense together, right?
I just realized Rick wanted me to do my camera the other way.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We are
We're a work in progress, Rick.
shooting from the hip, but that's the beauty of being on live. So we did the wallpaper. It's a raffia with the red background wallpaper on one wall there. And then the great thing about this room, it is definitely Doug's room. That supersedes everything. But it also functions as a guest room when people come, because that leather sofa was intentionally picked to be a pullout, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Maribel's loving Doug's office, and she's saying it looks fantastic. It really does. I mean, I wonder, does he get to kind of kick back a lot in there? I mean, does he go in there? Does he take anybody in there, or is it?
Oh yeah, we actually had this. So my mom has stayed in here with Warren. So mom can tell us how comfy that was. My brother came with his wife and they stayed over Christmas. And then just last week we had Garrett. Doug can type in, is it American Muscle, Doug? He's a big car influencer. He stayed in this bed, guys. He stayed in this bed for a week. So he loved it.
Yeah, that is the beauty of being able to have this convertible space, right? But I mean, it's all about Doug. The cars that are stacked near the window on the other side there, those are those are memorabilia for Doug. But really, really special is some of the memorabilia that we put near the TV of his dad's, war artifacts, and we kind of stack those all there. So everything in this room means something to him. It's like his treasure box, right? Yeah.
Oh, this wall here.
Yeah. And then you got some of the license plates of some important cars. Maria is saying that Warren could not stop looking at all the touches of Doug's car journey. I mean, that is the beauty. It's like this little gallery. It's like a box that has this little gallery. And that was one of my favorite projects. That room by itself has been such a great project. So loved it. And even the bathroom, right? We extended the design into the bathroom, and
I just love how you go in the bathroom and you can see, like, you can still see the gallery wall.
Yeah. Thank you for highlighting that. Yeah,
that piece right there is like Doug's favorite piece. It's from our girlfriend Lauren's husband. He created it, and it's just awesome. Yeah. And even the window treatments that you did in here, Christine, that you picked out. I know we're getting a glare. Let me see if Alexa can bring it down. Alexa, close man cave shade. Okay, there it goes.
AI too,
right?
AI. Yeah, beautiful. See, when those close, you could see that wall. Oh, and the car we hung on the wall.
Yeah, the car we hung on the wall, and you can see that gorgeous. It's still going down, but those acrylics are starting to pop now. You can see.
Yeah. No, they're such a cool, and that is the wall, people. That is not a floor, because like it looks very, people would need to give them perspective.
Yes,
Doug. Yes, we hung it. I was their moral support, telling you exactly where to put it.
But I just love how you brought the window treatments to match, the rug that you put in here. I mean, just everything is so on point.
Yeah.
It's just so fun.
Great.
Do we want to show them the closet?
Yes, let's show them the jewel of your bedroom. I forgot about that. That is like what everybody loved. How can I forget about the closet? That's where I curate all the clothes. But yeah, the closet was very special. You know, the closet is really important because both you and Doug, when you're getting ready for your day, that's the first place you're stepping into, you know. And there's something really wonderful about the metaphor of like you're kind of dressing yourself and you're armoring yourself with how you're going to show up and how you're going to interface with people. So it's really important. And so let's see. Oh, there's the wallpaper again, the little water closet. That was Doug's idea. He's like,
This was Doug's
wallpaper
idea.
here? Yeah.
Turned out so good. Doug's a designer at heart.
I think he's a closet designer. Yes, for sure. Like that's his other career that he's going to do when he retires. So there's the closet, and it's hard to see because of the light, but on top of the ceiling, there's that wallpaper. So pretty. There we go. You could see it better. And then there's a chandelier. That's Doug's favorite chandelier because actually he had to put that up piece by piece. The closet. You know, the closet was its own little journey. Now that I think about it, looking at that ceiling, we had to redo the ceiling a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Oh, we sure did. So, yeah, the closet, the attic opening had to get moved. I'm making people probably very dizzy. So sorry, guys. But the closet opening had to be moved. There was quite a bit of work that went into this gorgeous closet to see it the way that it is. I don't know if that lighting is good for you, Christine.
No, it's perfect. It's really neat. I think people get the idea. I just think that the you allowing me to have the opportunity to do this was so amazing, right? It requires you to kind of trust me with the process, trust me with your most special home, and creating this sanctuary for you, which I hope that's how it feels. As we wrap up the show, Marissa, I wanted to say that you are such a rock star in what you do. You are like, not only are you just this amazing person, seriously, you're the most massive connector. Like anytime you can think of two people to connect, you do it like this. And that is such a gift. It's being a go-giver that actually helps you become successful. Like I really believe that it's what you give comes right back at you, right? And your work, the transformations that you impact people with is so powerful. I've seen some of those transformations. I would love people to know, now that they know where you get to create, now that they know how important you see your space as inspiring. Can you tell us a little bit about your own work? And I know you have a gift for the audience if they put in the hashtag space and shine, that you have something that you're gonna give. I don't know if it's a session or whatever, whatever it is. But I know you had said you would. So can you give us a little insight into the work that you do?
Absolutely. So I love what I do. I just got to tell you, I love what I do. So I help people with total body transformations, right? And so when we were talking about the inside out job, and you were talking about how people just want to feel good. Everything that you've designed in here, when you touch it, you look at it, when you smell it, see it, it makes you feel good. There's a feeling, right? A connection.
Yeah.
And so often people are missing that connection with their own body. So they wake up in the morning and they're feeling disconnected. They're not happy with the person that they see in the mirror. They're frustrated with the way that the clothes are fitting. They're not sleeping well. They have so much stress that's going on in their life that they don't know how to climb out of the hole, whether it's emotional stress, financial stress, work stress, kids stress, you name it. And it's showing up and manifesting in their body. So what I do is I help people through a reset. We call it a whole body 30-day reset. And we basically turn your body off and we turn it back on again. We rebalance it, we reset it, we bring everything back to its miracle state. So that's what I do. And as a result of that, what ends up happening for people is they start to feel happy again because they're connected again to their body. Their body's functioning the proper way. And then they get mental clarity. They really get to the root of what's creating this, or what did create that imbalance in their body. and they start to be able to uncover that at a deeper level. And that's when they come back to me and they start to do deeper work. And we do some one-on-one mentorship, and we take them through total reinvention of their life, whatever that looks like. So you can do one component or you can do both components. But really the core of what I do is start people with that healthy reset back into your body and back into feeling good, so that you can ultimately go out there and create what it is that you want to create and start building the life of your dreams.
Yeah.
So I call that super health, which then leads to super wealth, which then leads to an ultimate super life. And that's what I do in the world. And it's a lot of fun, and it brings me a lot of joy and pleasure. So yeah, that's what we do. And in terms of what we'd like to offer to anybody that's listening, so there's two different things that we would love to bring to the table. Christine, of course, will offer up a 15 to 30-minute consultation for anyone. This is Bahamas Jack.
Hi, Bahamas Jack.
We'll offer up a consultation for anybody that would like to explore what that looks like for you. There is absolutely, no pressure to work together, but I like to be able to connect.
Yeah.
As you said, I'm in the world of connections. It's part of my gift to the world. And if I can get to know you on any level, I am pretty certain that at some point I'll be able to connect you with somebody that's going to help you in life, or vice versa. So I'm a big connector, and I would love to get to know you. So take advantage of the complimentary consultations. Christine, however you want to do that with the link.
Yeah.
And then I'm also running this ultimate summer challenge. It's an ultimate summer reset. And this reset, this 30-day reset, is unlike anything I have ever brought to the table. And I am so freaking excited for it, Christine. Like I can't even begin to tell you. I've been doing this work for almost a decade, and this is going to be the best. I mean, I'm talking about creme de la creme reset 30 days that I have ever offered for people. And it's going to happen in a group. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So the dates on that are June 2nd to July 3rd. I'm sorry, June 2nd to July 2nd. So it's like this 30-day window after Memorial Day and before 4th of July. So we will offer any of your listeners a coupon code for 10% off if they'd like to join us in Ultimate Summer Reset. Christine, I can give you the link and we can put it in the show notes if you'd like. And then all they have to do is say that they heard about it on your podcast, and we'll honor the 10% off of the Ultimate Summer Reset for them.
That would be awesome. So we'll put that link in the comments, and anybody who wants to take Marissa up on her offer for the consult, it's #space&shine. And at the end of every show, Marissa, I always do a Waist Up Wardrobe weekly wrap up. So the main takeaway here, and you feel free to chime in, is that it's important to align your brand in every area of your life, right? It's important to do the inside work, but it's also important to do the outside work. And when you do the outside work, don't leave anything undone is sort of the main idea, don't you think?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Tie the bows. Give yourself that gift.
Yeah.
Give yourself that gift, because you know what, guys? Your life is the gift.
Yeah. And there's so much joy and happiness you can gain out of life by kind of living it intentionally in that way, right? Because it's really about living with purpose, living intentionally, not only living for your purpose, but living with purpose yourself. And that's what aligning your life outside really does for you. Of course, the inside is always important, and the mindset work, the health and fitness work, the nutrition, all that is really important, and that's probably your foundation, right? But then you combine it all, and sometimes you start one place and then you just kind of do the other things, right? So it's like very modular. Like you started with me with just, getting wardrobed, and then you went into let's design the logo and all the brand assets. And then, with your clients, like they could start with up-leveling their image and then at the same time be working on their bodies, or vice versa. They work on their bodies and now they feel amazing. So now they need a great wardrobe to align. But I also have something to say here. I always tell people, don't wait to feel great. Do not wait to feel great, because in the meantime, what are you going to do? Not live your best life? Not a good idea, right? You do what you can now, you do it to your best, and you just improve it, right? You improve. Even if you're on a weight loss journey, I have a lot of clients that come to me and they say, oh, I want to work with you so bad, but I need to lose 10 pounds. I'm like, great. You know what? I think you should not wait to feel great. Like, if you feel like the clothes will up level your emotional vibration, why not do that? And then you can celebrate reaching your fitness level by buying a little bit more wardrobe.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, I could not echo that more strongly. You cannot wait another day to live your best life. You can't, because we don't know when that last moment or that last breath is going to be.
Yep.
So what are we waiting for? You have got to get control of how you feel now.
Right.
Now, and take the step.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of tips here today. And I think one of the biggest, most important tips is that you really need to think about, maybe sit down, do an inventory of which part of your life you need to elevate. Maybe you have a great wardrobe, but you want a little bit of help designing the background that you sit in front of the camera with. Maybe you would like to start working on your health and fitness so that you can buy a new wardrobe. Pick the one area that you feel like you need to start with and start up leveling that area, and then make a list of what's next. That's a really great way to kind of do an inventory of where you're at and where you want to go. The thing is, if you don't start when you've decided, like now, next year around the same time, you'll be in the same place. So even if you did it in baby steps, even if you did it in slow drip method, even if you did it block by block, you get started. That's the idea, right? It's about getting started. Just start somewhere, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And the tools we've offered here, Marissa has her 30-day reset. That's amazing. I know people have gone through it, and it is definitely something where you're going to start understanding yourself better and figuring out how to meet those goals. And the best thing is you get Marissa as a coach, which honestly, that by itself is, you are you're not only a great connector, you're a great coach, you're a great connector, you're a go-giver. Like, when you see opportunity for somebody else, everybody needs to know Marissa. Like, Marissa, everybody needs to know you, because you're always really trying to connect the best of the best together, or you just somebody who needs something. You're always thinking about that. And that is a wonderful way to live. That's a very with purpose way to live. And finally, an action item. You know what? Sign up for the 30-day reset. Call Marissa for the session, or call me to see what we can do to up-level your brand in any area of your life. And there you have it. Thank you, Marissa, for being here. That's a Waist Up weekly wrap-up. And we're going to be here again next Thursday live at 11:30. So consider joining us, and maybe bring a friend. So sorry.
Oh, hold on. I can't hear you. Okay. Oh, hold on. It's my speaker's down. Okay, now I can hear you. That was so fun.
I am so sorry that you had to do that. To tour with I did not prep you for that, but that was awesome. It was very
real. I think it's real and casual, and people, will dig it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Well, thank you so much for all the wonderful things that you said. I'm hoping
thank you
can use that and kind of piece some little pieces together so I can use as a testimonial. And
yes.
I feel like this has been really great. It really does align our synergies, and it gives people understanding that you do the inside work, you do the outside work, and that it's important to do both, right? And it's not, you don't have to worry about doing it all at once. You start somewhere and then you kind of chip away at it. So it was great.
This has been great. This has been great. Like, just
Yeah?
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
thank
had so
you.
much fun, and this is exactly what the world needs. They need to see this type of collaboration. They need to see how it all works together. You're such a gift to the world. Thank you for trusting me and like allowing me to be that person to like talk to your network about a reset and taking care of their body and losing weight. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm
Oh
so
my
grateful.
gosh, Marissa,
I'm so grateful. Like, this is like it's such a perfect marriage. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. Well, you are you've been a long time client, and just very I really appreciate how much you trust my work and how much you value it. So you're very dear to me in a lot of ways. So thank you for all those kind words and that you said. And I'm glad that we got to be together. And I don't, Rick, where are you? Come tell us your take on this. We are still live. The link is still live, FYI.
Okay.
Yeah, because we like
He'll edit it. He'll stop it, right?
We'll stop it, but later. But Rick, where are you? Hello. There he is.
I'm here.
We like to give people what's going on in the green room behind the scenes. So we let it play. But I told Rick, like, it's too much pressure for me. Like, I have to watch what I say.
No,
you'll edit it. You'll edit it all. Make us look good.
I'm in the control room, Christine.
What did I say?
Green room. The green room is where the guest is. The control room is where the producer is.
Okay, sorry. I mean, yeah. Or it could be the production room.
Control room.
Control room. Okay,
I've never in the business. It's called the control room.
I've never said it right. So anyway,
I've let you in. I've let it go. So
yeah.
Thank you for everything, Rick. Sorry, I forgot to turn my camera the right way.
No, that's okay. I mean, we were rushed for time in the beginning. There is a setting under camera settings where you can actually do the forward-facing camera, so you didn't have to walk backwards. But we just didn't have time to mess with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Next time. Next time.
Yeah, we got to show them, the next phase, Christine.
That's right. The final touches. Yeah.
Final touches episode. Yeah, the final touches episode for sure.
What did you think, Rick? Do you think we have some really good? I think we have some really good content. I think Marissa gave us.
There is a lot of good content. I'm jealous of Doug's man cave.
I'm telling you, it is a fabulous spot. But he's still kind of sore with me that I only gave him one cuddler.
We're gonna give him another mini, like the white one, I think, in the bedroom.
I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We could do a cuddler in the bedroom, but
yeah, I don't know if you saw his comment that he was gonna have to put wallpaper in the garage now because of.
I didn't see it.
I mean, we really drove Doug crazy because we'd be like, okay, I'll put it like 2 inches to the side, a little bit low. And he's like, is this the final thing? Are you guys going to change your mind again? I'm like, well, I have to see it visually. I don't know.
There's so many days and evenings he was like,
I know. Or the chandelier, the one they had the hanging the leaves. Yeah, we had fun. We had a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
It's just how it is.
Oh, so good.
Okay. Well,
all right, well, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. And then we'll be in touch. I'm going to talk to Rick about what we're going to do with some of the pieces and maybe see how we can reuse and repurpose some of it. Rick, do you have any comments?
No, I'm all good. I thought it was great. You guys have a beautiful home. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Christine, I mean,
it is
all Christine. She knows us so well from just being together for so many years that it's just been, I mean, it's just been an awesome experience. And like every person that builds a new home or wants to go through a remodel or whatever, they need this.
Yeah, it's definitely you definitely end up with something intentional, right? Not your model, your setup model home. I mean, not to say model homes are not great, but
Right.
this has your touch. This has your essence. It's like your essence. The essence of your brand is all over the place. So yeah.
Was this a ground up build?
So actually it's built by Toll Brothers. So there were several different models that we could choose from. So we actually picked the floor plan that had the biggest garage space because most of the houses only have 2-car garage. This one has 3. And then we were able to put the lift in there for Doug. So it was like all the other floor plans got X'd out because we had to have, like, the majority, when I took you through the house, it's not that big. I mean, it's a good size for the 2 of us, but the majority of the space is in the garage. Like, truly, we gave up rooms, like, the 2 extra bedrooms so we can have the garage that we have. So that was pretty easy. So it was kind of like we got the best of both, where we got to pick all of the upgrades through a design center that they had. So we were able to do all of that and have it customized that way, but it wasn't complete custom in terms of us designing like the actual floor plan of the house. So we did get to design our pool, which was nice. And then we kind of picked what we wanted for the foundational stuff, like the flooring and the different textures for the materials. And then Christine, once we gave her that, and then she came in and took over from there. I was like, okay, I was so stressed out just picking flooring and like tile for the bathroom and stuff. I think I did okay on my own. I really do. I think I did okay.
You did great.
We did great. But then it was like, I can't do this. Like, Christine, I need your help. I have good taste, but I would never have put together the things that you've curated for us. Like, this, like a blue sofa, like it doesn't even come into my brain, to do some of the things. So that's why I love working with you, because it's like and same thing with the wardrobe. I mean, I wouldn't pick half the things that I now feel my best in. I would have never picked off of a rack somewhere in a department store. I wouldn't have even known that would have looked good on me,
I love it. Thank you for highlighting my purpose. I appreciate that.
Well, hopefully you can take some of these snips too, Rick. Take it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do little mini testimonial things, for different things. But it's just, the whole thing has just been a great experience. And we're just getting started, I feel like, even though we've had this nice journey, now I get to up level the brand again, and we get a whole other
new level. When you reach a new level, it's a new devil, right? You have to well, but you're like 80% like established. Like, your brand is established, and it just needs like maybe refreshing up every now and then.
A little refreshing. I did a lot of work with Tim this week because of that ultimate. Okay. Yeah. So when you go to SuperLuxuryLifestyle.life, that's ultimately the website is the link that you can use, Rick, or I can give you the specific one for the Ultimate Summer Reset. But if you go to the website, it'll pop up with the Ultimate Summer Reset first. So it's right there, and then you can close it if you want. But we did the whole kind of the homepage. We try to freshen it up just a little bit because a lot of people were going to be going to the site. But Rick, I would love to get you and Christine out here, like, to the house, and have you guys do an episode, like, do your thing. Like, basically, here's the house, do what you want with it, and, market it however you want to market it, because I just feel like this is a great place for Christine and your next level with what you're bringing to the world. Like, it all ties together. So
well, I really appreciate that. And I did speak to Rick about that.
You can see in the man cave, Rick.
I know. Yeah. Don't you want to go see those cars, Rick?
Yeah,
I know,
you guys
absolutely.
You can stay at home. Like, you can totally stay here, Christine. Like,
Yeah, no, I mean, that's not a problem. I mean, I would love to explore Florida a little bit and like stay at one of those local hotels. So
They're gorgeous. Yeah. This area makes Newport Beach. I swear, I never thought, like, I thought Newport Beach was a creme de la creme. Wait till you get out here, Christine. You're going to be like, it takes Newport Beach and it like times 1,000. Oh my God. I had no idea. No idea what Palm Beach was like. Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. So you've got to experience it.
Yeah. No, that's wonderful. Okay. So, thank you. And I will see you. Do we have a date on calendar?
I think we're meeting maybe tomorrow at 10, if that's still works.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
That still works. Otherwise, we can move it tonight. Whatever you want to do.
Tomorrow's good.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Thanks, Rick.
All right. Thanks, Marissa.
Bye, guys. Thanks again for everything. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. That was good,
Okay.
right? We got a lot of good content.
Yeah, really good.
Do you think you
Really
can
good.
use some of those snippets for like mini testimonials?
Possibly. Yeah, I think we can.
Yeah.
I think we can.
Okay.
I'll have to go back.
Uh,
I'll have to go back and look at them and see if that's see
I
which
can't hear you.
segments
I can hear you.
we can use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to see which segments we can use.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to look back
I
at it.
sneezed during the show. You can use it as a blooper.
Ah. No, you did
And
fine.
Marissa not being in the chair, and it's like, oh my God, I really messed
I
this one
know.
up. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. 2 years ago, that would have crushed me. I would have been so upset that I didn't do that perfectly. So it's an improvement.
Yep. Are you gonna do the speedy recap?
Yes, I have to do that quickly and I have to get off. What time is it? Oh, yeah, we had a long show today.
It
All right, let's do it.
is. Yeah, 1:15. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
When you're
do you
ready.
think this is an episode you can a speedy recap you can get me today so I can post it? I just don't have a lot of content lately, so I'd love to post something fresh. Is that
Yeah,
possible?
for this one I have time. So
Oh, yay. Okay, cool. All right,
yeah.
All right.
All right. Here you go.
Yeah. Let's see. I have to pull something up. Hold on, because I can't remember my notes. Let me know if my eye contact is okay. Is this good? Because I kind of split my screen.
Your eye contact.
Yeah. Am I looking at the camera?
No. Look at the camera.
I'm
The
looking
middle
at
of
the
the
camera.
blue. There. Now you're looking at the camera.
Okay.
Now you're
Okay,
not.
now I'm looking at the camera. How about now?
Yes, right there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I think there's a lag in what you see. Okay. Okay. Episode 159, your well-branded space. Branding is done well represented. Stands out. I forget what. How do I start usually? Do I start with
Usually
okay, I got it.
some kind of thought-provoking question.
Yeah, okay, yeah. As a business owner, it's important to stand out, and you stand out by branding yourself well. And branding yourself not in only one area, but in all the areas of your business, whether you're branding your image, you're branding your website, or branding the space that you work in. You need to be in a well-branded space so that you can stand out in the market.
That's good.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay. The well-branded space. Okay. Okay. In Waist Up Wardrobe episode 159, the well-branded space, I take you through a tour of okay, I'm gonna start over again. In Waist Up Wardrobe episode 159, the well-branded space, In Waist Up Wardrobe, episode 159, The Well-Branded Space, I take you through a home tour of an entire home that I designed from ceiling to floor, and I show you why it's so important because we have the guest on that the get. In Waist Up Wardrobe, episode 159, The Well-Branded Space, I take you through a home tour of one of my clients whose house I designed from ceiling to floor. But we just didn't design it. We designed it so that it's branded. We created a well-branded space for her so that she can be inspired to do her work. So the main takeaway in this episode was really brand yourself well in every area of your life, even the space that you work in, even the space that you live in, so that you can be inspired to do great things in your business, because it is the place of inspiration for you. One tip to think about was that one tip to think about is when you are working on branding yourself or up-leveling yourself in every area of your life, you don't have to do it all at once, right? You can focus on branding your image, and then you can move into branding your office. Then you could really work on your inside by up-leveling your fitness. You really can work on them in any order. So remember that you don't have to start in any one place, but remember that you do have to cover them all eventually, right? And the tool that we offered, one of the tools of this episode, one of the tools in this episode was really my guest who works on inside up-leveling on health and wellness. She offered a 15-minute reset. One of the tools. One of the tools you can think about when it comes to up-leveling your brand is creating a vision board of your brand. Create a vision board and decide where you want to up-level, which areas you want to start with, and what you want to create as part of your big picture branding plan. Finally, an action item, take an audit of what you've got going for you in your brand. Do you already have a great wardrobe? Well, that's great. Now you've started that. Go on to the next module. Maybe up-level your office, up-level your space, start decorating your home, or consult with somebody that can help you with that. I'm gonna do that one over. Take action. Finally, action item. Take an inventory and audit your space, audit your brand, find out where in your brand you need more work. If it's your image, like your wardrobe, then start working on that. If it's your office, then start working on that. And if it's your inside and your health and wellness, start working on that. But the key to remember is they're all really important to your ultimate success and your ultimate bottom line. Is that good?
Yes, that'll work.
Okay, great. Okay, I have to sign off here. I had a long show today. You're going to cut off this at the end, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
All right. You think you can get me the speedy recap, right, today?
As soon as I get off with you, I said, yes, I'm working on it.
All right. Thank you.
Right now.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right.